Oh, no. Dog.
I'm studly, man.
Nobody's doing what I'm doing. They need me in there. I'm relentless, man. You know, I don't like talking to myself in third person, but a Tony Ferguson fight, it's almost like using the game genie, baby. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man.
Bye, Felicia.
Hello, I'm Cavassier the Goddamn Newt. People like to ask, what's Tony Ferguson hiding behind those cringy sunglasses he's always wearing inside? Let's cut the crap here, people. What you're really asking is, how can you be as badass as Tony Ferguson in a pair of shades? Short answer, you can't. Seriously, don't even try. That's why the international community raised their voice to honor Tony Ferguson for National Sunglasses Day. So the old Couve had to pay tribute to the greatest moments in Tony Ferguson's UFC career, including the best trash-talking MMA from behind the darkened lens.
These things on? When you take a picture with somebody, they point, right? When somebody's cooler than the other, but when somebody's a game opponent, you throw up your dukes.
Shut up before I ankle pick you.
Where's your heart at, Connor? Were you in it for the money, or were you in it for the actual Bushido, like you said?
If Canada's barely son, Corey Hart, taught us anything, it's that there's levels to this game.
I wear my sunglasses
And El Cucuy is El Badasso numero uno and gafas de sol.
This is my time. This is soy numero uno, man.
You sabi?
I need some asses to kick. You know what I mean? Now, as far as our division goes, there's plenty of people to be beaten up. But I have to say, defender vacate. For the last couple of years, he hasn't ever mentioned my name. That's plain fear. I get it.
Yeah, with the sparks flying, baby.
What is El Cucuy doing here? Some kind of super sneaky mind game? Or simply more cringe from the king of uncomfortable social interactions?
Mark my words, bro. You're gonna get the real El Cucuy. I'm more than prepared for any of these guys, because now I got these. I do kicks. Instant win, baby.
I guess you could say things are getting pretty serious.
It's awesome. And the best part about it is, if something doesn't work, I'm flexible enough to let it just keep rolling and figure some other shit out.
Lucky. I don't even care.
Watch the sequence in question. Khabib yaps at Ferguson, but doesn't get a response. Khabib appeared somewhere between bored and ambivalent throughout the press conference. He's just ready to be done with this. As Khabib starts moving back, he breaks engagement by turning away from Tony. This is when Ferguson goes for his glasses and pretends to take them off. Bingo! Khabib turns around and gives his full attention back to Tony. Ferguson keeps Khabib in the uncomfortable position of paying attention but not being able to do anything. That's because Tony isn't participating in a face-off. He's trolling Khabib. His intent is to make Khabib react emotionally without allowing him a way to respond. You can clearly see Khabib is annoyed by Ferguson. He thinks Tony's a bit of a schmuck.
I hear they have 2 for 2 now, so that means what, 2, and that's 4 tiramisus? Holy, you're not gonna make weight, Team Khabib.
Yeah, dude, you can play that card if you want to be Rocky, but this ain't no movie, man. This is reality.
Less talk, more walk.
Well, I'm not a crybaby, baby.
Genius knows genius. This guy's got a problem. His name's Tony.
Well, you know you can love somebody without liking them, man.
I don't stop what I'm doing just because somebody else can't make up their damn mind.
I got tired of people clowning on my squat, baby.
Well, I mean, it's pretty real if you can touch it, right?
Tony Ferguson's a weird guy. Rather than slipping into a socially expected role, he will do something extreme or unexpected to jolt himself back into the moment. He does the same thing in the cage all the time. Psychologically, it's normal to mirror your opponent and work from an unspoken but agreed upon pace and rhythm. Ferguson rejects this. If he feels himself falling into a shared rhythm, he does something radical to break the momentum and return to his autonomy. This behavior is often viewed as poor technique or bad tactics. Making abrupt changes to the flow of an exchange can result in unexpected consequences. Tony accepts these negatives, like taking unnecessary shots or giving up a position. Breaking the shared rhythm creates a level of discomfort for his opponent. Most importantly, it removes any sense of camaraderie that could unite fighters during the difficult moments and give them the will to push forward. Tony is willing to be alone and broken while nearly naked in the cage because it forces the same upon his foe. Isolation under duress is the very definition of hell. I'm telling you, from bell to bell, Tony Ferguson is a goddamn misanthrope.
I'm relentless, man. It's like a nightmare you can't escape. It's like one of those ones where you keep walking through doors, and it's like, oh shit, where's he at? Oh damn, he's right there. He's doing jiu-jitsu. Oh man, he's doing stand-up. Oh no, he's doing Muay Thai. What does he do? Oh, I don't know. He's going crazy. But that's what I want. I want them to get so loked out inside that octagon they have no other choice but to quit. That's what I do best.
Wearing sunglasses during a stare down is typically a red flag in my book. It can show a lack of self-confidence or extreme stress. After all, the whole point is to look the other guy in the eye and gain some measure of the man while you're open to the same. The important distinction is that Tony Ferguson doesn't play that game. Khabib does, pretty much everyone does, but Tony plays his own game up there.
Kevin Lee eyeing down his opponent. His sunglasses are up. Lee opting to not wear a shirt under her.
Another way to think about it is Ferguson takes. He never gives during a face-off. To that end, sunglasses are an asset.
Tony Ferguson, who's rocking the stunner shades.
He's got issues, man.
He's kidding me?
I wanted to change. Something different, man. I'm tired of looking like a skinny little Mexican out there and everybody doubting me.
So I'm not trying to correlate everything, but it's amazing, dude. Break, I don't even break. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. We're playing pool. We're doing foosball.
You can't go wrong with it. These champions are made in the dark, baby.
Shout out to them. Thank you, homies.
Ferguson trains like a blue-balled badger. This is to immunize himself from the kind of weakness and doubt that plagues the exhausted. Yeah, some of his training methods are unusual, like kicking the shit out of Captain Crunch for breakfast. What? No crunch berries? Screw it. And BDSM by submission. Yeah, looks simple, but Tony had to whip 3 badass sea captains to build that thing. Don't tread on me, indeed. That feeling when you walk into the morning Pilates class and realize Tony Ferguson is the guest instructor. Seriously, this guy never gets tired.
Nobody talk about Tony time. All world talk about Khabib time. No.
Consider a previous face-off between these two. This is just a few days before they're scheduled at UFC 209. Khabib is intense and alert. He looks ready to smash another opponent. Tony looks like that one weirdo you always see on the subway, muttering to himself about how Eddie Bravo controls the weather. Dana flinches when Tony starts moving his ball around. This triggers Khabib, who gestures with an open palm towards Tony, like, what is this childish #1 bullshit? Then gives an upward jut of the chin to emphasize the question. Tony points to the ball, because that clears up nothing. Khabib shows greater irritation, but remember, he's experiencing another bad weight cut, so he doesn't have much tolerance for foolishness. Khabib continues to jut the chin as he gets more and more worked up. Dana can sense Tony is way under Khabib's skin, so he pushes them apart before Khabib smacks that dimpled smirk off Tony's face.
You took it, Khabib.
Because I can't thank everybody all at once.
Sticks and stones. My mom knows I'm gonna beat this dude's ass.
I give him a little high five.
Mental warfare is such a crazy thing.
It's the same game I play inside that octagon. There's 2 people and 1 referee.
I feel good. I want to eat some pizza now. When everybody else is sleeping, I'm still working.
I've always left with a pizza and a beer afterwards.
Put you in a bubble, buddy.
Ooh.
Then there's take one to give one. These are the badasses who smile at the phrase, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Now when men get to fighting, it happens here, and it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
A war of all against all. To hit and not get hit is like turning up the heat on your opponent while you stay cool. Take one to give one is taking turns who's under fire and who gets a respite. Tony Ferguson says, let's dial this octagon hellfire up to 11 so we both burn brightly, but only one burns long. There must be a little sadism in your heart to succeed at the higher levels of MMA. Tony Ferguson is a pure visceral masochist. He wants to break your body against his own, like a tick in his gravel-filled croup.
It's creativity and it's evolution at its finest. And that being said,
I have everything not under control, but I have everything in my sights where I want them to go.
there was barely any puking. I've said that from day one, and I'm not changing, son.
Tony breaks the apparent stalemate with a slight tilt of the head. And boom, like a bass on a piggin' jig, Habib takes it hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, there he is, Charlie.
Habib makes an irritated take your sunglasses off gesture and Tony gives the big smile. I get the sense Habib believes there's something dishonorable about a guy wearing sunglasses during a stare down. I don't blame Habib. It's kind of a weasel move on Tony's part. It doesn't allow for a normal eye-to-eye stare down. That being said, weasels are cunning predators and second to none for pure bloodlust and chaotic violence. I mean, seriously, a weasel's attacking a swan, a full-grown goddamn swan. I think you see my point. That crazy bastard's fighting eagles. 2 eagles. You almost nailed that Imanari roll. Discretion being the better part of valor and all. I'm pretty sure that weasel's gonna catch one of them eagles slipping, for sure.
They need a road to gold champ since the ground up CEO mailroom thing, that kind of, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's looking past me, not through me.
When people say that it's weird or strange,
Oh yeah, man. They got sliced and diced and they got stitched.
that's why I'm kicking steel beams.
Well, that's what I see. Tony Ferguson walks to the beat of a different beatboxer. What I'm trying to say is T gonna do T, which sometimes means breaking off lines like the lyrical love child of Chuck Bukowski.
I think the gods have been kind of good to me. Just kept me where I belong. I can walk down the street, nobody knows me. Except the guys in the liquor store, they read something in the LA Times.
And Jim Leahy.
You don't have to listen to Pill's Bandy Doughboy or Team Sexy.
And sometimes kicking the shit out of metal piping. Because training. McGregor and Habib might settle their differences at UFC 229, but until they contend with El Cucuy, their belts will be for holding up their britches, and anything else will be very much disputed. Remember, this isn't supposed to be easy.